It's a dynamic club that combines a hybrid control with fairway wood distance. Well, that's fun. So it's a, oh, Jesus.
What's in the box?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of What's in the Box, where my counterpart, Bill Bush of DrivingRangeHeroes.com, or myself, we get something golfy in the mail, and we open it for you and tell you a little bit about it. This thing is obviously gigantic, especially for a little McEwen like me. I believe it's from Cleveland Golf. So we know that. They have released a slew of new equipment, so it's going to be fun to see what's in here. You can follow the aforementioned Bill Bush at Range Heroes. You can follow me at Chris McEwen, mostly on Instagram and TikTok these days is where I'm most active. But go look around. You'll find me somewhere. And of course, you should subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell to get notifications for new videos. We've been doing a bunch of these. It's gear release season, and the comments have just been popping lately with our fans, our viewers, asking questions, making comments. You should do the same thing. And then, if you like this kind of thing, hit the like video, or hit the like button. Little thumbs up guy. All right? Let's get started, though, on this. I don't know how I'm going to sort of maneuver around here, so there may be some starts and stops as I make some room for what's in this box, but let's check it out. Okay, we've got, oh, okay, this is just a filler to keep it in place. All right, so we've got one box in the big box. I think, let's just make sure. This says empty on it. We're gonna say that's empty. But now I have a nice club shipping box if I want to ship any clubs. Well, anyways, all right, here's the main attraction here. Sure enough, it's a nice long box. We love long boxes here. Here it is. Sure enough, Cleveland Golf. It's a little larger than your usual, I think single club box, but let's see. As promised, I am going to get resituated here a little bit. So just hold tight. Okay, back in the regular unboxing sort of position here. We've got the box right here. Okay, let me flip this around so I can get to it, and we'll open her up. I think, yeah. Okay. Oh, there's all kinds of. Oh, this is pretty fun. I'm going to show you this. All right. Looks like we have, we've got ourselves a new Zipcore wedge in here. That's fun. We've got some Q-Star Tour Divide golf balls. Also fun. Couple of hats. All right. And then here's the new Halo XL Highwood. So let's check all this stuff out, shall we? Oh, we got a little head cover. There's our head cover for the Highwood. Cool, cool. Okay. Let's see, we've got a hat. Dew Sweepers Club, I'm into it. Definitely a member. Oops. Yeah, good hat. Ooh, and check out the Cleveland rope. Yep, I'm into that as well. And then, yeah, we talked about these Q-Star Divides. I've never actually played these before, so I'm quite interested in how they perform. Oh, they're like little matte color, looks like. Good for alignment. Definitely good from a visual perspective, obviously. And I got to tell you, as we enter, out of the winter doldrums here in Chicago, and we head to the spring, where there are still leaves all over the ground and all kinds of things that could get in the way of me seeing my golf ball, which may or may not be on the fairway, these guys will definitely help with that. And of course, Q-Star is always a high quality golf ball. It's a fantastic golf ball. So, all right. Okay, back in the, again, traditional position. Let's begin with the Zipcore wedge, the CBX4, their newest iteration. I actually have a Zipcore wedge in my bag right now. It is the 52 degree. This is a 56, so that fits, that works out well for me. Love this wedge. Absolutely love this wedge, and here's why. And we'll do, so I should plug our new sort of type of video where, yes, we do unboxings and we talk about this stuff a little bit, but then we're doing something called Behind the Gear, in which we give a much more deep dive into the specs and what it should be doing for your game and who should be using it and all those sorts of things. It may be in a hitting bay over at 5-iron. It may just be me sitting here. You never know. But just another reason to hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. But we will go into a little more in depth because these unboxings are really just like first impressions of the thing, right? And it's fun to unbox stuff. Anyways, love this wedge. Couple of reasons why. One, it's incredibly forgiving on the face, and that's the part of this. That's the CBX Zipcore kind of thing around, and it's a cavity back, so that also helps the ball get up in the air a little bit more, and it's just very forgiving on those full swings. I use my 52 roughly, or in that 105, maybe 100 yards, but I typically use it for a full swing kind of wedge. Now, that's because I really love to play around the greens with a 60 or a 56, those sorts of things. Although I know everyone plays it different, but in the Midwest here, typically, the tight lies aren't that tight, and you get to kind of play around a little bit with your touch and feel with the higher loft wedge. But this works well because this is a 56, and maybe I can start playing around with this around the greens. Now, the other thing they do, and I don't know if I'll be able to get a good shot of this, but they have got all kinds of milling on this wedge. I think there's like 3 different kinds, and I want to make sure I get it right. So this one is your Hydra Zip, okay? And Hydra Zip is nice, especially, again, in the Midwest, because no matter if it's a dry grass, a wet grass, dry dirt, wet dirt, sand, whatever, it's still going to be able to grip that golf ball and get you that spin that you need. And personally, I need help with spin, especially, again, with those half shots, the 3/4 shots. I'm too nervous to be real aggressive with that kind of stuff, so I need a face that grabs that thing and really puts a spin on the ball, and I get that nice, hop and stop on the green from like 40 yards out or 25 yards out, what have you. But yeah, that's kind of the Zipcore. What are the other? There's so any condition, max spin. The Zipcore is what helps with the cavity back to give you forgiveness on the face. And then there's this UtiliZip. I almost forgot about this. So again, this helps with the grip. So there's like grooves inside grooves, and it's actually all the way down to this edge too. Not that you're going to hit here, but it looks nice. There are grooves within the grooves that really, again, help grab your golf ball. So that is the CBX4 Cleveland wedge. I feel like Cleveland has really been on a heater with their wedges for years and years and years. Oh, they also come with different grinds, I think an S, a V, and a C. So you can choose your grind. Different bounces too, I think 12, 14, 15, things like that. So you can customize this thing pretty well. It's a great looking. It's just also because of the face, the size of the face and the top line, I feel like it really exudes confidence. I don't know about you, but wedge shots can be tricky. And you want to be able to look down and be like, I got this. And I think this really helps with that. All right, there is that. Now, the main event, the one I'm really excited to try here. Let's move this out of the way. We're gonna put this over here, right here. Oh, there's a little card in here. I didn't even see this. Let's see. Oh, believe in big. Exciting news to share with you. You've been selected to be one of the first golfers to experience the all-new Halo XL high wood and CBX4 zip wedge from Zipcore wedge from Cleveland Golf. It's true. I guess I am. So this, let's see what they tell us about the Halo XL high wood. Very interesting look to it. It's got a little bit of a protrusion, if you will, a little hump right there, right at the face. Wonder what that's all about. But otherwise, you know, when would you play a high wood, and why a high wood? And what exactly is a high wood? This is a 3+ Halo XL high wood with a Ascent stiff flex shaft in it. So let's see, a 2-in-1 specialty club that'll have you saying goodbye to those duff prone shots and loving the long game again. So here's the thing. 3 woods and 5 woods and 7 woods, whatever it may be, can be very difficult for guys like me, people like you, to hit consistently. Hybrids, on the other hand, are like the safety blanket. You can always hit a hybrid, at least I can. In either way, it's much easier. It's science. A hybrid is easier to hit than a 3-wood or a 5-wood, but they're obviously shorter, right? They don't go as far as a 3-wood or a 5-wood. Meet the high wood. Easy to hit like a hybrid. It goes as far as a 5-wood or 3-wood, depending on what's in your bag and your swing and all those sorts of things. So you can be a little steeper with this rather than the sweeping of a 3-wood and 5-wood. You've got a little more forgiveness in the face here, and you've got these little, Cleveland's always had these little glides on the bottom of their longer clubs, a 3-wood, 5-wood, high wood hybrid. So that lets you get through the turf a little easier, not as much digging. And so, yeah, that's really what we're looking at here. A lot of the technology that was in previous iterations have been improved with the new XL2 kind of stuff. There's a driver that's coming out for the XL2. Of course, the new high wood has the same technology. Mostly here, in the face, they have what's called a mainframe technology face. What does the mainframe do? Well, they take a ton of data from every handicap you can imagine, right? Now, clearly the lower handicaps are always hitting like dead center all the time. Higher handicaps, say you and me, perhaps, maybe over here a little bit every once in a while, over here a little bit every while. The data that they show, or the data that they have, and they build into a computer, the computer says, well, most commonly it's hit over here, or it's hit over here, it's hit over here, and they build the face dynamics behind the scenes here. You can't see it. Thickness, you know, of the face, that thickness, that variability of the face, to account for the most common misses on the face of the high wood, which means when we hit it over here, it sort of acts like we hit it here. We still get, you know, we don't get a huge loss of distance on that thing. We don't get a big, you know, banana slice or a big sharp hook or anything like that. It actually, you know, helps us maintain ball speed and face path. Okay, so that's the idea behind the mainframe technology. Also, yeah, it's a really nice big face. Another one that I will say, here's the glide rail. I talked about the glide rail. I actually really like this. Some may seem, you know, think it's kind of, I don't know, just a marketing ploy, but it actually does glide through the grass a lot better. I've worked on really hard this offseason getting shallower in my swing, but I can tell you I'm still pretty steep, and this really helps. So, yeah, that's another really good looking. I really like it. I can't wait to play it. You know, the other thing too, I'll say about a hybrid is that you can be a little, for me anyways, I get a little uncomfortable, or I'm not as confident because of the depth of a hybrid. It can be a little bit, you know, smaller, and it feels like you have to really try to get it middle of the face. I like this sort of scoop and the size of this head. I think this part of it's going to help with your MOI, having a little bit farther back, so on those mishits, you don't get the twisting necessarily. And I think just looking over it, you're going to have the confidence really of a 3-wood or a 5-wood, but just the ease of hitting a hybrid. I'm really excited to go and test this one. Now, being at 30 degrees here in Chicago, that means it's sim time over at 5-iron here in the city. So I will test this on camera, get us some numbers, get you some first impressions of how it feels and plays. Plays is relative, right? Because we're hitting on a mat indoors. But I'm really excited. So stay tuned for that. Hit the bell, subscribe, all that stuff. And then, of course, once we get a thawed ground and it's somewhere in the range of, I don't know, 40 degrees or a little warmer, we will go outside and we'll play this in the real world, the actual golf course, and see how it goes. Along with, of course, this guy. So there you go. The CBX4 Cleveland Zipcore wedge and the new Highwood by Cleveland Golf. Pretty good little haul. Thanks to Cleveland for sending these out. I can't wait to test them and see how they do. But yeah, subscribe, hit the bell, like the video. We'll talk to you later.